Okay, so I just want to show you quickly how to export your logo in various files that you would give to a client. We're not going to do the full amount, but there are a couple key ones that are very important. So first of all, you need to save your PDF file, your Illustrator file, as your master. Save that as your final logo file or the date. So we would call this smoke and salt logo and then today's date. So I would say 3/8/2021. So that means it's not going to change. That's the final logo that I'm going to be using. And I don't have to convert this or put any marks or bleeds or anything like that on it. Okay, and that's still your vector file, but a lot more people can open that as a PDF than they can as an Illustrator file. So that one's good to have for you and for clients. Then you're going to need to export this as a JPEG. I'm going to have to rasterize it. So I have this set at 8 inches by 8 inches, which will do the job most of the time. If you need a smaller file, you can always make a new file. So we're going to say export as, and we want this to be a JPEG. And we only have the one artboard, so we don't have to worry about that. But we're going to call this SNS logo, all the same information, JPEG. That means the logo hasn't changed. We're going to make this a CMYK maximum quality high resolution JPEG, so it can be used for most items. If you need larger files in the future, you go back to this vector file and you just export a larger JPEG. So now we have our master file and we have a CMYK JPEG file. The other one I want to make is our PNG. So I'm going to export as, and this one I'm going to select PNG. There it is. Say export. And the important thing here is you want it high resolution and you want the background color to be transparent. So you can do it white or black, but the beauty of a PNG is that you have the choice. And by making it a transparent background, we can set it on top of a photo or another color or anything, and there won't be a white background we'll have to get rid of. So we definitely want a PNG with a transparent background. Okay, and then the third thing that we need is a black and white logo. Now, you could go and just convert this to black and white by going to Edit Colors, Recolor with Preset. You could also convert to grayscale. If you convert to grayscale though, it's going to do the job for you and you might not like it as much. So this one looks pretty dull gray. If I turn this into a black and white, I would probably just manually change all of this orange to white. So what you can do is you can use the magic wand selector and you can select everything that has that orange stroke and change the stroke to white. Everything that has this orange fill and change that to white. And you've also got this slightly off color here, and we're going to change that to white. So now I have a much more crisp logo and I've made it into black and white. Now all I have to do is save it as a JPEG. So I'm going to export this as, and again, we're going to do the same thing. We're just going to select JPEG. Only this you need to mark it. So SNS logo BW. The date is important in case the logo ever gets revised. And we're going to say export. And this time we're going to export it as grayscale. And we want high quality, high resolution. We say okay. That way, if there's ever an opportunity to use this logo somewhere that doesn't have color, this is the one that would be sent out instead of sending them a color logo and having them convert it where it might get real dull and gray. Okay, so those are your three files, is CMYK color JPEG, a PNG also color with a transparent background, and then you need to convert the logo manually and export it as a JPEG grayscale. That should do it.